All right, so it's a new league I'm running in, North American Sports Car Championship. Um, as you can see on the screen here, there are only 6 prototypes out of the 23 cars running tonight at Sebring, which I think the GT cars are happy for. I don't think they like running with us, but, well, I think the group we have in here they're fine with. It's the random person who's driven 4 laps in the HPD that they don't like running with. So far, I'm holding the top in practice, but George Sandman is steadily chipping away his time. So just take a moment to go look at the setup for qualifying. So I run a little bit higher starting tire pressures, but as you see, the last hot pressure when I was on the track, of course that was in the race setup too, and I have to remember to take that down because this is too high. They're all ending up about the same place. This is about 10 laps, I think, on them, so that's about as high as they'll get. 27.6, 27.5, 27.4, 27.5. That's your end game. You want all your pressures to end up about the same in this car. Asymmetrical setups I don't like because the car doesn't have suspension compliance. So asymmetrical setup doesn't really do much. It starts off asymmetrical because the tire pressures are different, but once they're up to pressure, the car is going to be flat all the way around. Now that'll, if you're running on an oval, yeah, you might want to change that, but I don't run on ovals. It was wearing tread pretty quick too. Okay, so after qualifying, which is about to start, that's why I've already started my stream. Well, here it goes. After qualifying, I will do a full run through on my race setup and figure out why it was wearing so much. Because even though I'm set on my qual right now, the last laps I ran were on my race setup, so it's showing the last hot pressures from that as I just switched to my qual. Alright, so we're running qualify. So it's a 4-lap individual qualifying instead of being a group qualifying like we run in the Autobahn series. So you kind of have to tiptoe through that last section back there. It's a little bumpy. Down to first gear. Let the car get rotated, grip up, then go on the throttle. Too much traction control, turn it down. And there's proof that you can slide in iRacing and catch it. So all you ice racing guys, it's just because you don't know how to drive. I always like to hold tight there in Sunset. I like to kind of swing out on the entry, but then get real close. There's no real right or wrong way to go through that turn. A lot of people stay wide and the whole way, but oops. That was another slide that I had to catch. So far, not doing very good, but we'll see.
You have about 2 laps of fuel left. You'll need to stop for more fuel.
Oh, yeah, 4 laps. I don't have enough fuel for that. My qual setup is based around the Proto GT series, which is only 2 laps. Almost salvaged a lap. Gotta be real careful there at the end of that turn, those little bumps on the inside.
1 minute 47.63.
It's all over the place now. Nothing good about what I'm doing. Alright, let me go back and add a little more fuel to this car. I've already used some of my qualifying up. I will certainly not be on pole with that lap time. Of course, it's 1.4 seconds off of what I ran in practice. Hey, Brian Herring. There you go, look at that. Fell all the way to third. I have a feeling I'm only going to get 1 lap. We'll see. The stream's causing me a little bit of stuttering. That's killing me.
1 minute 47.061.
There you go, drifted all the way through sunset there. Completely shot my lap. That's alright.
1 minute 46.719. Alright, there's the checkered flag.
Yep. My tire pressures were all wrong. Got too high. Oh well. Alright. Oh. Sebring day race set up. Well, we still have 6 minutes and 45 seconds left on qualifying. And look at what we have results-wise so far. Billy's still struggling a little bit, but at least he's not in last. He has absolutely no practice whatsoever. He got in here like 20 minutes before the race. He'll find some pace as the race goes on. He usually does. Paul Lindsay, who's also an Autobahn racer, right behind him. Kevin Santana, Autobahn. Dino, Autobahn. Matt Quinn, Autobahn. I had a good race with Robert Harris the other night at Watkins Glen. I think I was 9 seconds ahead of him with about halfway point. Some dude blew the bus stop and then decided to turn right and drive back into it instead of staying on the escape road. Drove right into me. I guess Corwin's not racing. Maybe he's just adminning. It's kind of weird. John Paquin. John Paquin, I didn't realize he was in here. Nice. He's an Autobahn racer also. Mark Schindell's an Autobahn racer. Brian Herring used to be. Darren Kuhn used to be. Brandon Gracia. God damn it, you know how to say it. He's an Autobahn racer. Marcus Kramer used to be. So the yellow number plates are the prototypes. The blue and reds will be the GT1s, and then the purple and light blues will be the Ford GTs and the rough C-specs, which are, you know, Porsches. Oh no, the greens. Oh, the blue, that's a GT1. The greens are the C-specs. The purples are the GT3 cars. Oh, Herring's gone. So is Kramer. Field got smaller. Oh, no, Herring's. Oh, he connected and he disconnected again. Hopefully he comes back. I like Brian. He makes me laugh. 5 points for anybody who can name that movie. Where is Robert Harris from? Plains. Okay, so he's a Central Park. He's fast. He's a good driver. Even though I kind of botched qualifying, it's still a good qualifying time at 46.5. Because Quinn is fast. So is Sandman. Sandman's always fast. I'm surprised he didn't get faster than that. He's been driving that Kentucky prototype too much. He's not used to a lively car like the HPD. Driving that Kentucky prototype, it's like a numb GT3 car, which is really bad. Okay. So with Le Mans being released, Circuit de la Sarthe being released this next week, the HPD, which is iRacing's premier prototype, is getting a new aero package. So as of right now in the garage, when you're setting up an HPD downforce trim, that is what affects your aerodynamics as far as speed. Low is going to have your fastest top speed. It's going to have the least downforce, for the corners. A good thing with the HPD, because it's a rear diffuser based aero system, you do not have a 1-to-1 ratio. So more downforce doesn't necessarily mean you're slower. You still, it's not like the Lotus 79. You still have, good downforce even with high top speed. However, this is going to get lower downforce. It says low now, but it should say lower next week. I mean, obviously I doubt they're going to change that, but that's what it's going to be. So then it's going to probably bring medium into play more often. Medium gives you more grip, slower top speeds. Low is, or high is the worst. I never run high anywhere. It's almost impossible to pass GT1 cars in high. Rear wing position does not mean what some people think it does. This is not going to change your top speed. It will change your rake a little bit at speed if you don't adjust other things, but the effect on your top speed is negligible. You can go all the way to 15. All that does is shift the downforce to the front of the car. So 1, the downforce in the rear of the car, or all on the rear. The further you go this way, the more it shifts it to the front of the car. I'd never run more than 5 anywhere. Mostly I run between 2 and 4. A couple places I'll run 1. So think of it as 1 is understeer, 2 is oversteer. The easiest way to look at that. That's the only effect that has. Let's see here. Get on real time with this. Get my gloves back on. Yes, I wear gloves because I have Alcantara wheels, and I don't really care what anybody's opinion is of wearing gloves in sim racing, but I also have a pretty strong wheel. And with the Alcantara, I would rather not ruin it with my hand oils. So give everything one last check. The race is an hour. I'm starting second. Good evening, Mr. Paquin.
One lap to green. Line up on the right side. Pit road is closed.
Another thing you can do is
Hey, Brian, just so you know, for future races, the grid needs to be set to based on qualifying time. Right now, the GT1 cars are split based on their class rather than based on what time they set.
I do not agree with that. Not at all. But anyway, yeah, to that point, I do not agree with that because sometimes a guy will 1x his qual or doesn't get his qual in, and then you have the faster cars starting behind the slower cars. It's especially a problem when you have a speed difference like the Corvettes versus the C-specs, or the Ford GTs even, or if you put the an HPD driver back there, because they accelerate so much stronger, and then they're on cold tires. It's a potential for disaster. I'd rather not have mixed grids. But on the pace lap, I always set my fuel map to 1, just to kind of save a little bit. Doesn't really have a huge effect, but eventually I have to start warming up my tires, which will drag my brake to do that. Oh, look at this. Hey, check it out, 2 Porsche prototypes in the front. I have the Porsche Intelligent Performance thing on my car too. So go to my relative. So because of my computer setup, I run the graphics way high. I think in future I'm going to turn some of the stuff down that you don't really notice a little bit because it's causing me a little frame rate aggravation with the stream going, because I have the stream quality set pretty high too. And I'm running 1440p monitors, so it's kind of a load anyway. I'm trying to maintain 144 hertz. Luckily they're FreeSync, so the frames dropping down into 80s and 100 doesn't hurt them too bad. I don't get a lot of stutters out of it, but I wasn't really prepared for it. turn up my fuel map. Leader controls the start once the pace car's off. Something else I alluded to in the past, and I know a lot of people know this now, but on the HPD, those shift lights on the dash, 3 blue. The third blue is where you want it. That should trigger your mind to shift. Sometimes you'll see me go all the way to, you know, the last one barely. I try not to, but usually it's if I'm exiting a corner or something. But third blue light, where you want to shift. And your 6 gear ratio you want set to where you're not getting into the blue lights.
Get ready, going green. Don't pass the 57 car. The pace car is in. Green, green, green. Pit road is now open.
Oh, you got to jump out and start the brake on. Arrow wash. Yeah, I didn't want to try to take advantage of that just yet. A little early in the race, but that's an opportunity to look for in the hairpin. A lot of HPDs will slide like that. I'm happy early on with not trying to force a pass. I prefer to take the old school Valentino Rossi method and just harass the guy in front of me as much as I can. Way wide here. It's one problem with the HPD, it's so aero dependent that arrow wash is just magnified in this car. And all cars suffer from it a little bit, but this one's
1.3, 1, 2. The next car's the leader.
It's quite dramatic. And I must say, I've had about enough of the Roberts, between Robert Tenzi and now Robert Harris. Let's see if he takes a defensive line here. See if I can make him. Okay, so I know he'll react to what I'm doing, which is good. I like that. Means he doesn't trust me coming inside like that. He's not used to racing me, so he doesn't know that I won't hit him. Meanwhile, Matt Quinn is closing up on us a little bit. Too wide again.
1 minute 48.039.
Oh no, don't hit the wall, don't hit the wall. Did you hit, Robert? That doesn't look like it. He's still got straightaway speed, I think. Good. So now it's time to try to take advantage of clean air a little bit. One thing I do know from one race with Robert is he gets faster as the race goes on. Okay, so remember what I said about the arrow wash. This is where we play the manage the gap game. I don't mind them being close to me.
47.623. You're in first.
Because I know that they're going to arrow wash anytime they try to run up on me. So now my goal is not to push as hard as I can. It's to push just hard enough to where they can't draft by me on a straightaway.
I'm out. Aston Martin spun in front of me.
Oh, my teammate's gone. Oh man, that sucks. Are you totaled?
Meatball. I was in fourth, fighting with the leaders, so I was getting pace.
I knew you would.
Farouk's setup was pretty good.
Well, that's not good. I just drug the bottom of the car across
Yeah,
the...
I'm done. 12 minutes repairs, not worth it, an hour race.
Yeah, no, that's all the time you have, basically. Okay, I gotta stop talking to Billy. I was messed up.
One minute 48.115.
Yeah, he came out and got slipped up on the curbing going back straight away and overcorrected. I was trying to slip by him, but ended up T-boning him in the left door.
Also, remember the rear wing I was telling you guys about? I have it set at 2. No good. Turn 1 is what is killing me because of that. Can't rotate the car fast enough. Too much rear downforce, and that's a real fast turn. A high speed turn. Where'd Robert go? Something about him, something about the way he drives. Reminds me of me. Yep, I'm sure of it. I hate him. Another 5 points if you can name that movie. There'll be a quiz at the end of this race, so pay attention.
One minute 47.683.
Heart rate monitor has me at 112 beats a minute. Gotta get that down just a little bit. Try to relax a little more. Yeah, I try to keep a stress-free life. Trying to let things bug me too much. So if my heart rate gets up, it's because I'm holding my breath too much in the corners. I remember to breathe. And here's our first c-spec. Should be able to get him before sunset. Give him a little light flash just to mess with Shane. I felt bad. I center punched him in practice. It's been a while since I've been on the track with the c-specs. I forgot that they have to basically stop in the corners. Uh-oh, something happened to Harrison Sandman. Or Shane and Sandman. Something's happening to me because I'm looking at what they're doing. And I definitely don't want that little bastard behind me getting up here, because I don't care if I'm a little bit quicker than him. His whole mission is to harass me in the race. And he will pick up a little bit of pace if he gets close to me, and he'll make a pass attempt or two. I've had some really good battles with Matt. You guys will see him more often because I'm going to start streaming the Autobahn races again. So make sure to give me a like and subscribe if you're watching. I'm gonna do more. Just, you know, my promise before was to do more tutorials and setups and different tracks with this car. I am going to do that again now that I have my OBS set up properly. We made the switch from DX9 to DX11. Yeah,
1 minute 50.876.
got behind on getting all that set back up properly. Ford GT. So right here, for all you budding HPD drivers, don't try to go past the GT car. Follow him through here.
Car right.
It sucks. It costs you time if you catch him right there, but that's just the way it goes. Now, I will sometimes slide past them in the cutback, but I wanted to kind of get used to him a little bit. Allowed Quinn to catch back up with me, unfortunately. Quinn's one of those guys when lapping alone, he's not very fast. But when he gets into a race with someone, you know, that kind of guy who just gets faster when he's in a little bit of a battle, that's him. He's very, very solid, just reliable driver. He doesn't make mistakes, doesn't wreck, doesn't hit anybody. He'll race you rough, but very, very clean. But he will rough you up. He'll let you know he's there. Lucky for me, this is Sebring. I have decent pace here. Okay, now I am going to take this because this is a high-speed entry up here, so he's going to slow down a lot earlier than me.
49.204, car right.
And that gives me the opportunity to get a car between us.
You got a slow car on the right. Car stopped on the right.
Always got to be cautious when you see the smoke. Don't drive through the smoke, Cole. Negative points if you name that movie Oval. What I need to do is find Kevin Santana because I'm going to probably bump him since he's not in the HPD.
Car right. Clear.
Heart rate at 113.
Car on your left. Clear on the left.
Pass on the inside at the exit. Easiest place to do it. Doesn't slow him down. It's safe. Trying to go around the outside, you're trusting a GT car to hold it on the inside and not wash out into you. It's awfully bold. Oh, Dino's in the pit.
1 minute
What Dino did now.
49.9.
Thanks to Dino too, by the way, for helping me get my OBS set back up properly. I'm kind of an odd phenomenon. I'm really good with hardware, not so much with software. I think it's just because I'm old. Oh, there goes Dino. Dang it.
Left side.
So this is why
Still
running
there.
medium or high
Hold your
downforce is a
line.
problem, because
Clear
even
on
in
the left.
low you can barely get by the GT1s in the short straights. There's the standings. Thing about a race like this is it's going to make Sandman mad. He's going to come back in the next race and be a second ahead of all of us. And there's that familiar Ferrari livery, Mr. John Paquin. The man is
Left side. Clear.
John, it's not right seeing you.
Minute 48.585.
There's something not right about you being in a Ford. And John's one of those guys that I don't even notice him when I pass him, other than because I see his paint scheme. He's a very, very good driver, and he'll never try to hold you out of a turn. If he knows you don't dive bomb. I mean, if you're a driver has a reputation for making poor passes. He might take precautions, but communicates with his car positioning, communicates with his brake lights. Never says pass left, pass right. People who say that don't realize that I don't see it, I ignore it. Tell me where to pass, I'll pass where I want. No, the reality is by the time you say pass left or pass right, we've already decided where we're passing, so mobile traffic copying is not a good thing. Plus, I don't trust you to drive looking behind you. I'm looking forward, I can see you much better.
One minute 47.947.
I'm gonna try to get Paul. Yep, okay, he's moving wide. It's not a foregone conclusion that you can get these guys before the
Clear.
hairpin. And the worst thing you can do is pull back over in front of them, because you take away their front downforce that they rely on for braking.
You got a slow car on the left.
There's Kevin Santana, the traitor, hiding from the HPD.
Car on your
it was
left.
braking
Clear.
marker, so
You
I'll
got
go
about
around him.
5 laps of fuel.
I'm gonna have to put in all of it. Oh, no tires, no tires. I don't know what it is with this track, but I burn a lot of fuel here.
48.927.
There's some tracks that I'm really efficient with and don't waste a lot of fuel, but this isn't one of them.
Right side. Still there. Hold your line. Clear on the right.
See, for you GT drivers, don't do that. He costs himself time and he doesn't get the benefit of my draft now, so he's not going to gain anything on the guards chasing. A smart GT driver would have known I was where I was and lifted and started to brake a little bit early. That way he could have filed in behind me on the turn-in. He wouldn't have lost any time. He would have actually gained a little time on the exit in my draft,
right.
because he would have stayed in my draft for quite a while because of how
Clear.
fast those cars are. But because he insisted on braking as deep as he could next to me, he had to basically park it, lost all his momentum, and I got ahead of him. He didn't have my draft. Hopefully I'll catch Pake when I'm in a side-by-side like that, and you'll see how he does it, because that's exactly what he'll do. He'll lift and then brake and then file right in behind me on the turn-in and use me off the corner for draft. So he loses a couple tenths of a second on the turn-in, makes it up on the exit, rather than losing a second or more on the turn-in and not getting anything on the exit.
One minute 49.796.
There's Quinn. I told you, it gets faster as it goes on. Robert fell to 4th. Quinn's not going away. Unfortunately, I don't think I can drop him. I don't have any more pace than this. This is it. These are the jokes, you know. That's what I got, kid.
One minute 47.42.
I'm not in a position to be able to pass these guys. Plus they're battling, so I'm not gonna mess with them. Because like I said, I'm not worried about somebody being a little quicker catching because I'll arrow wash them.
Keep to the left. Clear.
But I am gonna have to make this pass here.
Left side. Still there. Clear.
See, Farouk was very smart. Did exactly what I said to do. That was the example I wanted. He turned right in behind me instead of turning in on side of me like a numpty. And that's just, you know, some people who do that in a race like this, it's just that probably they don't race multi-class very much, so they just don't learn those things. Those are things you learn from trial and error, believe me.
You got about 2 laps of fuel left.
I've been the hard-headed fool that try to force passes, things like that. I've learned not to do that over my time in the car. Because I have done some of the dumbest shit you've ever seen in this car. Hell, in my own league, I kicked, I think it was Christopher Sebring. I kicked his ass right off the track in the kink at Road America.
1 minute 48.
Just the absolute dumbest thing you'll ever see on a track. It was, you know, it's one of those moments. Because there's not many people can do stupid like I can. Decisions. Nope, I'm going to take it because he's going to give it to me. Thank you, Darren. And that was going to be one of those situations where you guys think we're peaking and then not take the pass because I needed to be able to see. Where the braking marker was. So I'll pull out from behind him because one thing you guys don't understand, this car is very low. The back of that Ford looks like a monster truck. From this perspective, so sometimes we have to look out, peek out just to get a look. And sometimes I have the intention of passing, but at the last second realize it's a bad idea. Because, like I said, nobody does dumb like I do. Stupid, stupid's better. Stupid's better than dumb, stupid's funny. Go ahead and come in. I'll go ahead and come in now. I don't need to. I can go another lap, but... I don't- Probably way too much. 75 pounds. See, I didn't want to be coming out into that turn 1 with him with a full head of steam. And having to think about where he's coming from. I'd rather him think about where I'm coming from. And I'm screwing up the outlap. Awesome. And there's the leader in GT1s.
Car on your left. Clear on the left. The leader's pitting now.
There he goes. So I gotta pick him up, put him down, get ahead of him. There's this one thing about Quinn is he is a pain in the ass to pass. Shit, I'm catching Mark right in the wrong spot.
Left side. Clear. Two minutes, 25.364.
Got in and out quicker than him. There's my buddy Danny Kane.
Left side. Clear on the left.
I was a bit late, but my speed closing on him was way too fast to stay behind him. Without the front downforce from the aero wash, there's a good chance of me running into the back of him there.
Left side. Clear. 1 minute, 49.472. You're in first.
Six minutes remaining. About 15 more laps or so. Off the top of my head, so I have more than enough fuel. Dash Meter Pro says I need to add 1.59 pounds. I hate when they blow the corner in front of me because I follow them right off. Monkey see, monkey do.
Minute 48.809.
I guess Robert Harris left. I never saw what happened. That sucks. Well, I'm glad he showed up in official series and in here because he's a good driver. I like racing with him.
1 minute 47.998.
There was that weird pedal phenomenon. I get these throttle spikes when I'm entering corners. It screwed me up in my league race last week at Intercrapos. It'll just all of a sudden rev right there. It did it again. Revs the throttle. Using a loaner set of pedals. They're in really bad shape. Set of Club Sport V2s. Because I had to send my V3s back for RMA. Normally I like V2s. I actually like the brake on the V2 better than the V3. But I'm in love with the throttle on the V3. Man, it's something deep.
Left side.
You know? It's like spiritual.
Clear.
I love the throttle, especially using the V2s now. This throttle is just not working right anyway, but resolution is not near as good. The rumble motor on my V3 slipped out of its cradle and twisted the wires and ripped them apart and shorted out the PCB is my guess, because the PCB's not working. So I sent those back to Fanatic for RMA. That guy I work with had this set of V2s, but they've been sitting in a storage building for the last year. So I took them apart, cleaned them best I could, but I think the throttle sensor is just terrible. Because I have to short calibrate it, so I'm even getting less resolution. So it's like I'm driving with a G27 throttle, which I did for a long time, and it's okay if you're used to it, but I got used to the 4096 bits of resolution on the V3s, and I really like that. my setups are kind of designed around that too. Being able to roll on that throttle. See, it goes from off to on. It's like I have 80s turbo lag. I'm driving like a 1991 300ZX. Push the throttle and for 2 seconds nothing, and all of a sudden it surges on the power. That reminds me, turbos have come a long way since then. This turbo lag is pretty much non-existent now. I have a BMW M4. It's twin turbo 6-cylinder. There's just no lag at all. I had a CTSV Cadillac before that with a 6.2 liter supercharged engine, and I swear it had more lag, just using the engine power to wind up the supercharger, than that twin turbo 6 does.
Car on your left. Clear.
Both great cars though. I enjoy them both. Oh. Kevin.
1 minute 47.699.
That's what you get for hiding from the HPD.
Yeah.
Kevin, strip club
You wrecked
DJ. I wrecked him. Save the people in the room the chatter. I wrecked him, that's funny. The sad thing is that there are a lot of GT drivers in the Proto GT series that would say that. Kevin's an interesting anomaly. He can be really fast at times, and then oh, don't stop at the corner entrance, Carter. Come on. Oh, Carter's got damage.
Car on your left.
Never mind, Carter.
Clear on the left.
I race with Carter a lot in the Proto GT series. Good driver. Kevin, he has pace at times that is up there with the fastest, and then other times he just seems like he's just not there. He has a tendency to run off turn 1 in the HPD in almost every race.
Clear on the left.
Once he settles in, and he clicks off the laps. If he could just get rid of the early mistake, which is also a staple with me as well, he'd be in the running on a lot of these races. Unfortunately, in the Autobahn series, it's every single race something happens to me. Don't know what it is. My own series, my own league, and
Car right.
I'm just snake bit there.
Clear.
I can go run in somebody else's league like this or official series and just, no problem. Lap after lap after lap. My own? Nope. Somewhere in there I'm going to do something stupid. Where's everybody? Oh, Sandman's got damage, obviously. Quinn's fallen back. I guess I've been quietly putting in some good laps. Well,
Car on your left.
I guess being quietly didn't
Clear
really
on the
collide
left.
in the same sentence, but, figuratively.
1 minute 48.208.
Half a lap short of fuel, maybe. We'll see. The Dash Meter Pro is a little conservative with its
Left
fuel
side.
calculations, so it says I need to add
Clear.
3.23 pounds of fuel, but I don't think that's the case.
1 minute 48.399.
My off the top of my head calculation says I have an extra lap of fuel. And those who know my history, though, know how well my off the top of the head fuel calculations work. But I can say I haven't run out of fuel in a long time. The last couple times that it did happen, it was just because of me forgetting to pull into my pit when I needed to. Or not realizing it was an hour and 15-minute race and having a fuel set for an hour race. Yeah, that was kind of embarrassing. A race that I had a good chance of winning too, and really high strength of fuel. 8.4 laps, 12 fuel remaining, 12 minutes to go, so yeah, should be alright. About 8 laps of fuel, or 8 laps left in this race. 7 laps maybe.
1 minute 48.495. Car right. Clear.
Gonna have to do it, Mark.
Car on your left. Still there. Hold your line. Clear.
So I played tennis today for 2 hours in 100-degree heat. Forgot to put sunscreen on, so I'm starting to cook a little bit now. almost at the gap to where I can actually stop, top off the fuel, or not top off, but splash and go if I need to. I don't think I'm gonna need to though.
1 minute 48.906.
And Paquin has pulled away from Danny Kane now. Oh, and Schindel. Schindel's ahead of Danny. Wow. Danny's got a little ring rust. He's been out of the game for a little while. Because Danny is very fast in just about any car he gets into. Well, actually, any car he gets into, not just about. I've yet to see him jump into a car that he couldn't find speed in. But that's why his iRating's so high. Of course, Paquin's just otherworldly. He'll run 35 races in a row, lead every lap, and have 0 incidents in all of them.
Car right. Clear on the right.
And he's a master painter. He's the one who painted this beautiful Autobahn Motorsports Monster Energy Porsche prototype. Really is a striking car. I've run it 2 seasons in a row now just because it looks so good.
Car on your left. Clear on the left. 1 minute 48.198.
Oh, caught a slide again. I thought this was ice racing. I thought you can't catch a slide. I hear so many people so definitive about that. Same kind of person that says it's impossible to get out of rookies because everybody crashes you. Yet tens of thousands of people have done it. So obviously it's not impossible. It's not even exclusive or unique or difficult.
Car stopped on the right. You've got a slow car on the left. You have about 5 laps of fuel left.
Okay, we got plenty of fuel. Just got the 5-lap call, 7 minutes to go. I don't think we'll do more than 5. I don't think we'll do 5 laps. I think 5 would be it. And burning fuel at a higher rate than normal.
Minute 47.96.
So 8,400 to 9,500 RPMs is the power band in this car. So you notice that's kind of where I try to stay between. I'll go a little bit, you know, I have it set to shift down below 8,400 a little bit, just so, you know, that way I rev into the power band, not start off in it. And there's Kevin again. Start harassing him with my flashing headlights now.
Car on your left. Clear on the left. 1 minute 48.511. Left side. Clear on the left.
Hey, Carter.
1 minute 49.723. You got about 2 laps of fuel left.
That was close.
Car on your left. Clear.
White flag. Plenty of fuel left. Do an extra lap.
1 minute 49.743.
Oh, I only had 1 X until there. Oh well, I give a rat's ass about incident points. That guy insulted me in the forums one time. You know, he was wrong about something, and everybody was telling him he was wrong. And he decided to attack me. What do you know? You average 6 incidents a race, or what the hell ever it is. I was like, really? Hell, I had no idea. I don't care. Of course, he was a guy driving 10-lap rookie races, comparing his incidents per race to me driving hour-long races. And as I always say, I will trust somebody with a 3000 I rating and an A 2.49 safety rating long before I'll trust somebody with a 1000 I rating and an A 4.99.
You've got a slow car on the left. Go right.
Oh, my buddy Paul. And there we go. Where's the fireworks?
You won!
Hey, where's my
Yeah,
fireworks?
we did it. Too bad it wasn't for $1 million.
Thank you, Brian. I guess the fireworks are only at night. And the race ends here at night. On the night races, there's fireworks. Same at Daytona. It may ring true for other races, but other tracks, but I don't know. Yeah, where'd Shane go? I didn't see him anymore towards the second half of the race. So now you guys know what it's like to be in my head during a race, because all the things that I say, aside from the instructional part, obviously I'm not giving myself instructions or, you know, tips and hints, but a lot of the idle conversation, I talk myself through a race. It's when I don't do that that I end up messing up. Yeah, good job, John. Yeah, it's a little bit of a speed difference there. Like I said, it caught me out in practice earlier because it's been a while since I've been on the track with the C-spec and HPD. I forgot how much faster this car is. Yeah,
Okay, the race
yeah,
is
very
over.
clean
Bring it
race
on in.
from my perspective. From my side, it was very good. I didn't have any problem with anybody. Everyone was perfect.
Yeah, except where you wrecked me.
You deserved it though. That's not dirty. That's just you know, punishment.
I got you.
So
Nice race, Danny.
let's look at the
I had
beautiful
to accept you at the end there.
Autobahn car.
Oh, no, that's fine. I was planning on going into that well anyway. Hey, he wants to watch a good battle. The GT2 battle for second, third, and fourth on lap 12 was
There
freaking
she
awesome.
is. The
11 to
Autobahn
12.
motor car group.
Danny, I was
Porsche
about
prototype.
to say, I was going to black flag one of you guys if you got crashed, but that was a pretty good race.
My suspension, so.
Good looking car. Mr.
Pretty
Paquin does a
wide out
very
of
good
the
job.
final corner there was crazy in a bunch of the GTs.
That was a blast.
There it is going by.
What happened to you there, Carter?
I was on the inside of Mark because I looked at the replay, and he just came in a little bit, just tapped my door, and then he ended up losing it, and then I got neck coded a little bit after he caught it, and it just screwed up my body. It just screwed up my what do you call it?
Let's go to
The suspension. Yeah.
look at the start.
So that was unfortunate. I couldn't brake the corner.
Start looked
so
very
that
clean.
was great.
I didn't see anything.
Yeah, that definitely was not intentional. I thought I gave everybody
There we
room.
go. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it was perfectly fine. I mean, I had more room on the outside. You had more room on the outside.
A
So, I
little
mean,
jockeying
I'm not
back
blaming
there.
anyone. It was a fine race. I like this.
Quinn getting roughed up a little bit. He recovered from it nicely. Sandman trying to get through there. Dino, actually. That's Dino
I
in the
would have
blue car.
described that battle as epic, but I know that that guy's fake and nuts.
Just to drive him nuts, that was epic.
It looked epic from here.
And I was trying to conserve fuel at the end, and then you were catching me, and then you were right there, and I'm like, oh, I can't conserve fuel anymore, and I'm like a half a lap short.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know why I was pushing you as hard as I was, because I knew you were a lap short. I nearly screwed up my own race by doing that.
Yes, John. I'm wondering too on the HPD. I've got a lot of setups that I think are going to get amended.
Yeah, it's funny you should mention that, John, because the setup that I was using tonight is one from this track from Season 1 of 2014.
Yeah, I'm using something almost as old.
Yeah, the HPD went through too many changes since then for that because the tire pressure deal. Well, yeah.
John, what kind of tire pressures you getting in the race? I was sitting about 27 even, although I had damage. I just barely bumped the wall. After that, there was a crash in front of me. I saw smoke. I couldn't focus and see to go right or left. I went to go to the left, and it spun, and I just barely touched the wall, and it took 2 seconds to lap up.
I was right at 27, 26.8, 26.9. You can, if you go to my YouTube channel, it's just my name. You can see my dash. It'll show you all the things that happen, pressure and temps and everything. Yeah, John, but that's every setup I have. It pretty much is low downforce. Only a couple tracks I run anything other than low. Nothing. I race naked. I don't like to get too hot.
I'm just happy for the lack of experience I have in this car that I managed to out-qualify Billy Smith and Paul Lindsay.
Yeah, there it was right there when I wanted to kind of harass him a little bit. And it skipped forward. All right, good night, everybody. Like, subscribe, whatever. I don't really care. You don't have to subscribe, but if you want to see some more races, I'm going to do some one-off tutorials too, where it's not a race. I'm just going to try to do little setup tutorials here and there. And I promised that before, but I promise it again, double promise this time that I'll do it. I'd really want to wait until we see what the new load downforce does to the car as well. Good night.